It was definitely embarrassing, and it led me to question what I thought was something I knew to be true. I thought that the 49ers had a very strong defensive line. The 49ers team building philosophy is to assemble a dominant defensive front that wreaks havoc on opposing quarterbacks. That is the way in which they have tried to construct this roster. They spent draft picks, cap dollars accordingly by that strategy. The line looked deep to me heading into 2021. That's what everyone was talking about, the depth of this defensive line. Now there are big questions, and one of them for me is this line still capable of dominance?
I don't think so at the current construction of this line.
Right.
Bosa, he's good for me. I like Bosa, but literally, I'm not a huge Armstead fan. I watched one of the plays yesterday where he was running down somebody at the end and he was just jogging like leisurely. That really bothers me. I get really upset with people who don't hustle, especially when they're paid almost $20 million. I've never been a fan of his. I wasn't really a big fan of Buckner's either, but I know he was the better player. I'm not big on defensive tackles. I'm more of a DN pass rush linebacker guy.
Sure.
The excitement positions. Other than Bosa on that defensive line, I feel like nobody's safe, really, to be honest with you. I like DJ Jones, but again, he can't stay healthy either. He's always hurt.
I'm a big DJ Jones supporter. Got the barbecue sauce from his dad, where portion of the proceeds go to charity. Not an official sponsor, but I like to bring him in because it's a charitable.
No, I like DJ. But that was a special unit in 2019. They had Buckner, D Ford, Nick Bosa, and Armstead, and they were fantastic when they were on the field together. But at this point, I mean, what has Arden Key done? Nothing. What has I'm trying to think of the other guy that they brought in. There was Arden Key, Maurice Hurst. There was another Ebucam.
Oh, Ebucam.
Excellent. He's been an absolute disappointment this year too. So
he has.
Like, I was expecting big things out of him. I thought that the Rams misused him, and the Niners were going to find a way, and that Chris Kosarek was going to unlock him, and he was going to become this beast. Nope, didn't happen. So as far as I'm concerned, anybody else on that defensive line besides Bosa is not safe, and everybody should be what's the word I'm looking for? Nobody should be safe. That's all I got to say.
They should be put on notice. They should know that they're not safe at this point. Well, Adam agrees in particular about not where it's at, not still a strength. We don't have a healthy D Ford, the only dominant D-line player being Bosa at this point. It is fair to call out that, yes, he continues to definitely be dominant at this point, and fans are still upset about the Buckner trade, as am I, right? You take someone who is the epitome of everything you say you look for as an organization, you find it in someone that continues to stay healthy while everyone around him is falling to injury. And what do? You trade him away. That was a confusing move to me. It went against everything that they had told me as an organization they valued. It seemed to contradict that. So I found that to be extremely frustrating. In answering the question of, is the D-line still a strength? It's unclear to me at this point a bit. I get definitively saying, no, it's not. I'm not going to argue against that because, like I say, it's unclear. I don't feel the other way, but I still have some questions. Is their inability to stop the run simply a reflection of the injuries? Is Kinlaw being out the biggest factor when Greenlaw returns? Is that going to help? Can Ford being in provide rest to Ebucam? There are big questions for me. Or is this line just not as good as we thought? I may have overestimated the depth here. I definitely got hyped on players like Ebucam and backups, Kevin Givens, Jordan Willis, like everyone adding value, even though I didn't expect them to be studs. But I bought into this idea that they were all going to take the next step, that they were all going to grow into the role the Niners had carved out for them. Because Ebucam, the Niners were expecting far more than the Cardinals did from him, right? He's putting up what he did for the Cardinals. I'm getting that right? We signed to become Rams. That's right. I knew I was wrong about it. Sherfield from the Cardinals. So he was productive there, but we were asking more from him, and I bought into that idea that he'd be able to provide more. And I have to say, I think that I was wrong there. After the Kinlaw injury, we're absolutely suspect against the run, and it's hard to win on defense if you don't tackle and can't stop the run. Near impossible.
Part of it, I think, is schematic too, running that wide 9. I think you're just susceptible to getting gouged.
Yeah, because you have 4-lane highways that people can run through.
Yeah, and the Niners defensive tackles, like somebody said in the comments that they think DJ Jones is a nose, and I agree. I don't think he's a defensive tackle either. Guys are getting pushed off the ball. There's no anchor on that defensive line. I've always been more of a fan of a 3-4 defense because of how well it does against the run, mostly. But yeah, I think schematic wise, I think that wide 9 has kind of overstayed its welcome. My brother's a Dolphins fan. He was not a big fan of Chris Korsaric when he was in Miami for the same reason. Not that the Dolphins are any better, but he didn't like it just because of what it did against the run. And I see that it's a combination of things with the Niners of why they can't stop the run. I think it's a personnel issue. I think it's a schematic issue. And I think maybe it's a coaching issue too. So it's just one big giant wall of failure wax, like just it all sucks.